Game prediction. Saints. Darren Rizzi set for second straight win. Why Cleveland is overmatched. A good reason why Cleveland would be overmatched is because Cleveland sucks. Cleveland's not good. The Browns are terrible. They are, porous, pathetic. Their defense has been bad. Their offense has been worse. Jameis has been pretty bad in both games he has played. I know he got the win, but alas. All right, the Saints should get the win. We're listening to Off the Bench with T-Bob and Jacob Hester. Jacob Hester not in the screen, so I'm assuming he's somewhere here, ladies and gentlemen.
Saints, Browns. Oh, my God, Jake, I thought you left the room. What's up, dude? Jake was laid out in front of the desk, and I did not see him, and then he just stood up like a jump scare movie.
Just trying to get a couple extra minutes, a little extra relaxation.
All right, Jake, so you had some great Saints-Browns takes. What were you telling us about the Cleveland Browns?
All right, I'm going to fact check myself, but I'm pretty sure that this is factual.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yep. Oh, outside of one. Okay, this was before the Ravens game.
Yeah.
All right, so before the Ravens game, they were the only team that hadn't scored at least 20 points, and there was 3 Major League Baseball teams that scored 20 runs in a game this year. So it was the Ravens game that kind of broke that streak, and I just, I laid it out just to kind of tongue-in-cheek because that's how bad this Cleveland Brown offense has been. And even in that game, as Taylor likes to bring up, the Ravens had multiple chances to turn them over, and then they fell right back. Now, the Chargers defense is the number 1 defense in the NFL, but they fall right back into only scoring 10 points. So as far as matchups go, your defense has played well against the Falcons, I think, both times.
Well, no, not really. Gave up 500 yards last week, but beyond that.
But you got to get the get.
Had 2, I'll never ever understand it. We don't have to harp on that, but the Falcons had 200-yard receivers, basically 500 yards of offense. Bijan went wild. It's just crazy coming out of those games being like, yeah, I played pretty well. Like, let's just see what Bijan did. Does this look good to anybody? Bijan had 116 yards, 5.8 yards a carry. Drake London had 97 yards. Darnell Mooney had 96 yards. Gave up 468, 6.4 yards of play. The defense was horrible in this game. I don't get it. It blows my mind.
Get right game here. Your defense is now healthy for the most part, like as healthy as it's going to be. And
Kool-Aid McKinstry
coming back
after
Paulson Adebo being out. You traded Marshawn Lattimore. It's big news.
Yeah, P. Warner is the question mark right now.
Getting him back, and so this is a guy that you moved up in the draft to select. You got to, you have high hopes for him, so you need him to be out there. But you should have the advantages. Like, this is a game.
You do have the advantage. We'll go over this again. Offensive DVOA, all right? Pass, this is all offensive. Pass offense. The Browns are 32. Won't even worry about checking the Saints because we know they're better than the Browns. Saints, 12 in the rush. Cleveland, 30th. Okay, that is some bad offensive numbers right there. That is not good at all. All right, so then we got in the pass defense. Saints, 12. Cleveland, 23. Run defense. Cleveland, 15. Saints, 31. So the only thing they have any kind of an advantage in is the idea of like run defense. But their run defense is 15. So it's not like they're great at pretty much anything. Now, I wanted to pull this up. This is from Kevin Cole, my guy. This is Jameis Winston. Okay, so Jameis Winston has played 2 games. So he had week 8 and week 9, then had a bye. So I wanted to show y'all what Winston's been doing. Winston, boom. This is week 8. So this is his win. In the win, he was kind of whatever. We'll say a little bit above average, but nothing crazy. And then the game after that, not good. All right, and the game after that, really bad. Especially EPA down here. As you can see, he's right there in EPA. PFF offensive grade, he was 65. So not good. All right, not good at all. And then this is Carr. So this is Derek Carr throughout the season. This is his entire season. We had to do the 2 weeks for Jameis because it's such a small sample size. He can't have a fully graded season EPA. So it's minimum 150 dropbacks. So Carr, this is what he's done all season. So Carr has been good. He's been efficient. EPA, PFF, however you want to grade it, he's been good. PFF grade gives him like an 82, 83. EPA gives him a little under 0.2. Okay, you can see the company he's in there with. So Carr, give the advantage there. If you go back to this, if we're looking at the Browns, the Saints don't exactly have the best playmakers with Olave being out and Rashid being out. But you look at this, does anything about this scare you? You got Nick Chubb. What are you going to get out of him? Who the hell knows? You got some combination of Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, Elijah Moore, Jamari Thrash. I mean, so the Browns lack serious talent. That's it. I mean, you look at this defense besides Myles Garrett, my God, horrible. Okay. So, yes, the Saints should absolutely have the advantage in this game.
Like, even on the road, even as bad as it's been for the Saints, maybe if you're a Saints fan, you don't really want them to win the game, but I like the Saints a lot, actually, in this one. And right now, the line keeps going down. It might actually be in favor of the Browns by the time we get to Sunday. It started out 2.5 for the Saints. Yeah. It's now down to –
I've seen it flip at some areas. Browns have been -1. I think that's way too much of a move. I do agree it's a situationally great spot for the Browns. Browns off a bye, Saints off of a bit of a fugazi win, but there's enough other stuff going on, like Eric McCoy coming back and the Browns just being garbage, to where sometimes the situational advantage doesn't really account for some of the other stuff like injuries and roster.
-1 for the Saints, and actually that's even money. It's -120 for the +1 for the Browns, and so it's trending in that direction. I don't know. I think the Saints have advantages in this game. Now, even the ESPN matchup predictor, which I'm not sure where the other percentages that they're missing are, 49.8% to 49.8% for Browns and Saints. They're missing a couple of decimals there. But
wait,
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to be, a genius here. Does anybody want to guess where where those percentages are? Does anybody in the back want to guess where those percentages maybe are allocated? If what do you say, the 49.8% of a win share is given to the Saints and 49.8% is given to the Browns? Has anybody ever played roulette? Does anyone want to guess where the extra points are going? Let's see if these two can figure it out.
40.
Yeah.
It's 49. Wait, 49.8 to what?
To 49.8.
That equals 100.6? No? Or yes?
No, you're down. So it's supposed to be 50-50. So you're 90.
Oh, so you're at 90. 99.6.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'll go ahead and answer. It's a tie. If no one has figured out in the comments, it can't be 50-50 because there is the percentage chance of a tie. So it's not a true 50-50. Just like roulette, it's not 50-50 between red or black because you have the greens. Flipping a coin is not truly 50-50 either because the coin can land vertically. It's like it's an absolute impossibility, but you can't have 50-50 for this game when you do have the possibility, even though it's slim, of a tie.
Oh, wow.
So I don't really know why that is. I don't know those other percentages. There's no ties.
God, what a perfectly even.
Well, there is ties, but
what a perfectly even just game of crap. Two just awful teams matched up with one another. Look, I'm going to stick by what I said yesterday. I'm going to approach this with the peace of mind that if you lose, okay, great. You just lost to somebody who you will be directly competing with for draft spots, trying to get a quarterback. You'll have the tiebreaker over them. But
you don't even have to travel to the Mistake by the Lake. This game is in New Orleans.
I want to win this game. like we said, the Cleveland Browns are arguably the single most embarrassing professional franchise in all of the major American sports of our lifetime.
No way. I think the Jaguars are way worse. I think the Jaguars are the worst franchise in the history. Did he say the NFL or all major sports? If it's all major sports, I got to think about it. But the Jaguars are embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. You know who's also embarrassing? I saw a stat about this. Let me look it up. So I saw this stat about the Oakland Raiders at the time. This is crazy. Okay, the Raiders go to the Super Bowl. All right, they go to the Super Bowl in 2002. For 14 years, they go over 5 wins twice. And those two seasons are 8 wins. Look at this. This is crazy. Like, you think about, like, all right, we're in the Super Bowl, good team, whatever. 4 wins, 5 wins, 4 wins, 2 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, 5 wins, 8, 8, 4, 4, 3, 7. 14 years. I have told so many people when the Saints were 9-8, and when everyone was acting like it was rock bottom. It is crazy. Some teams, Jacksonville's included too, but it's crazy. Some teams where it's like you're looking at, like, you think 9-8 last year was bad. You think this stretch right here for the Saints is bad? This stretch right here for the Saints isn't even as bad as the 7-9 stretches with Peyton and Breeze. Imagine 14 years where you go over 5 wins twice. And those are 500 seasons. You don't sniff a winning season for 14 years. All the people who are like, just tank, all the people are like, I just want to tank. I just want to tank. I just want to win 4 games, 3 wins, 5 wins. That's where I want to be. So then you can just get a quarterback, be done with it. Look at this. Nothing against the Raiders. I love the Raiders. Nothing. Vegas is a sacred place to me. But, like, look at this. Look, really, it's kind of insane. Like, it's really kind of crazy to put it into perspective of just how long. This is a storied franchise. Again, this is off of a Super Bowl. Imagine you lose a Super Bowl and you're sitting there, and Rich Gannon was playing there. He was the MVP. Like, all that's happening, and you're thinking, all right, we're cool. One of the most storied franchises in NFL history. And then all of a sudden, you rattle off 14 years of this, where you're either 3rd or 4th in the division, and you don't get over 500. You're not even close, and you don't win over 5 games for more than twice in 14 years. That is crazy. That is a crazy stretch right there. So it really shows you, like, be careful what you wish for. Because when you're asking to tank, when you're asking to be 2-win, 3-win, 4-win, 5-win team because you want to take a high draft pick, no, you don't. Trust me. You'd much rather be 9-8 a couple years, 8 wins a couple of years, and then bounce back up to your 12-win, 13-win world.
I don't need to suffer the pain of losing to the Cleveland Browns with Jameis Winston at quarterback in the Superdome. Would I rather have Jameis Winston, Derek Carr? Absolutely. 1,000%. But I also would rather the Saints win. I want Tyrann Mathieu to pop.
Wanting Jameis Winston over Derek Carr is absolutely insane. It was such a crazy statement that I was hoping he would say something else to, like, back it up. I'm guessing he just means because he likes Jameis and thinks Jameis is funny or whatever. But, I mean, it's not even worth my time to go into how much better Carr is than Jameis.
Pop off and have a good game. I want the Rizzler to show that it wasn't just the interim bump, that he can get a little more juice out of this team. I want to see Clint Kubiak and this offense. Okay, you get Eric McCoy back. You're getting relatively healthy. Sure, you still have a wide receiver group that is made up of just,
I'd say this. It's really just Chris Olave, because as far as I'm concerned, Marquez Valdez-Scantling is more than capable of playing the Rashid Shaheed role. I honestly, and this is a guy who's had drop problems in the past. But I honestly, this is going to sound crazy. This is controversial yet brave. I would probably rather have MVS than Rashid Shaheed as far as just a tried and true number 2. I mean, in this situation, he's almost like a 1. But I'm more comfortable with him running normal routes and contested catches and all of that. I love Shaheed as far as a deep threat. I love him as far as like jet sweeps and screens and like real situational stuff. But I just have seen nothing outside of the deep passes that are just, dropped in the bucket and sweeps and stuff around the line of scrimmage. I've seen nothing as far as intermediate routes or a short route tree. So I think MVS can do that just fine, as long as the drops don't come back. And yeah, I mean, Olave is a huge loss.
A random name generator, but still, can Kubiak and this offense prove that, okay, look, in terms of pieces that maybe you can carry forward as you enter this rebuild, like maybe this is something to kind of look at or watch for. I want the Saints to win out of pride. Of pride and competitiveness. If this game was in Cleveland, I may even feel differently. If it was in Cleveland, maybe I'd say whatever. Go lose it. But being in the Dome against the Browns, who are god-awful, Saints got to win this game. And I think they will.
There it is.
I think the health is the difference here. And I think they will win this game. And if there's one thing Derek Carr loves, it's stacking pointless wins and then acting like told you so after the game. So this is a classic Derek Carr big game dub. And afterwards, we're like, I tried to tell y'all, we coming.
Shout out Dennis Allen.
Yeah. Shout out Dennis Allen. I mean, we're a good team.
Thank you, DA.
I kept trying to tell you, he built this thing. Exactly, Derek. Exactly. But again, I think this is the classic Derek Carr has a good game here. They win. And so give me the Saints. Besides it.
31-23 is what I think is going to happen here. 31-23.
Hey, how are we feeling?
I think Saints win this game. I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. With this defense getting a little bit healthier and the offensive line issues, I think you'll be able to run the ball against Cleveland a little bit, at least a little bit more than what you've done in the past couple of weeks. And if you can force Jameis Winston into some bad throws, you're at home.
Force Jameis Winston into bad throws, brother. The second Jameis Winston puts on the cleats, he is welcoming bad throws. That's all he's done his entire career is quote unquote force bad throws. You don't got to do much. So I wouldn't worry about forcing him into anything. I think Cleveland will have some success through the air. I think Jameis is not afraid to just throw it, just chuck it around. And I think the Saints are more than willing to give up 400 yards or whatever a game. So I think Cleveland will kind of get theirs, but I think Cleveland's defense is just so bad. It's just so, it's Myles Garrett and that's it. The Saints are getting kind of healthy-ish. I think Kamara will have success. I think Carr will have success. How much success can he have with these wide receivers? We'll see. But I think the Saints win this one. I don't want to say comfortably, but I think somewhere in the neighborhood 31-23 sounds good to me.
I think the Saints in a close one.
Yeah, I think you didn't run pretty well against Falcons. Whatever. Yeah, AK remains, and AK should.
No, damn it. Am I the only one watching the games? Ladies and gentlemen, am I the only one watching the games? I'm getting fired up. Did they run it pretty well against the Falcons? Alvin Kamara had 3.3 yards a carry. He had 50 yards. No, defense played pretty well against the Falcons. No, they did not. 7 yards play, 200 yard. I'm just on a whole different level.
Only get better with Eric McCoy coming back as well. Wow,
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 31-23 Saints. I think the Saints get the win. Be a good day to be in the Dome. It's always a good day to be in the Dome. There's only so many weeks left in the football season, ladies and gentlemen. Don't wish them away. Don't wish them away on losses. I'll tell you that much. I'm filming this before the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. Very excited to watch it. I'll tell you that. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Is it Jake Paul? Is it Mike Tyson? I don't know. Very excited to watch it. It's going to be a good weekend of sport. Nothing but college basketball, NHL, college football, NFL, John Jones, UFC Saturday, Pelicans play Friday night, Saturday night. That's great. Like I said, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. God, I mean, what do people do without sports? What do people do without sport, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Get on down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.